Welcome to these few minutes that we have together for our meditation practice. It is an honor to get to spend these minutes with you. And it is an honor knowing that you are out there setting aside time for yourself. And when you do that, realizing that it actually contributes to the greater good of this community that we all share. Whether that's the local community, the bigger global one, each time we show up, we're not only doing things to impact ourselves, but we truly are doing things to impact the world that we interact with every day. So as you settle in, let's just gently close your eyes or cast them down. Allow your spine to lengthen, allow your body to get comfortable. And then just start to find your own rhythm of breath for this first little bit. And let the breath honor how it is that you showed up today. For some of us, I know the alarm goes off and it says meditation time and you're in the middle of things and you're busy. And so find a rate of breath that honors how you've shown up. If you've come to the end of a long day and you are tired and a little sluggish, find a rate of breath that honors that. And just be amazed at how well the breath can respond to exactly what we need. And just try to find some balance between the breath in and the breath out. And as you're settling in, let me set our context for these few minutes that we have. I said the other day, we're going to be on this journey for the next several times through all the different energy points throughout our body. There's so many names for these things. There's so many wonderings about this energetic level that we feel right below our skin, below our muscles and our tissues. But what we know about it from a meditation perspective is that the more we understand who we are energetically, the more we can use that knowledge, that understanding, that compassion to make really good, healthy decisions for ourselves in the minutes when we're not in meditation. And so it's just about awareness and understanding. And so I want to share with you a term that connects to where we began our last time we were together. And that was all related to grounding and rooting and feeling stable and secure. And there's a term in Sanskrit called Shraddhi. Shraddhi. And when you translate it, the best English word we've got for it is faith. And I know oftentimes we have a lot of different connotations and denotations of how we see the word faith. But what I'd like to share with you is how this concept of Shraddhi, or faith, can actually help to strengthen and balance that root energy that we all have. We know for some of us, the root energy, we rely on it every single day. It helps us to feel stable and grounded and secure. We also know, and we can pinpoint times in our life where the root energy felt really off. Maybe it was too much and we felt disconnected and isolated and really drawing back because we needed to find that safety and that security. Maybe it was not enough and we found it hard to trust, hard to let people in. But I want to use this concept of Shraddhi, faith, as a way to strengthen the root energy that we all have. So I'd like for each of us just to sit for just a second and just think, have you ever put your faith in someone or something and then have them or it disappoint you? And I realize my question is really rhetorical because I know the answer is of course. We've put our faith, our hope, our trust in someone or something, and then it ended up not working out as we had hoped. And so just think for a second. When that has happened to you and when that's happened to me, how does it cause you to act? Do you draw back and find it harder to trust and have faith the next time? Does it make you angry? Does it make you resentful? Does it make you just push harder going forward? I know we all respond different ways, but just think for a second. When you've put your faith in something and disappointment has come, how have you felt? And we need to validate that. And what I would propose is we can actually practice having faith, having Shraddhi. And we're going to define Shraddhi, not in all the different ways that are out there that are probably swirling through your mind, but I want us to define it as these underlying assumptions that shape our thoughts and our actions. And I know you can relate that to lots of different places, but just think, they're underlying assumptions, and they shape how we think, and they shape how we act. They really shape what we put our trust in, what we believe in. So just think to yourself, if I had to define my Shraddhi, my faith, who or what are the things that really shape my thoughts and my actions? And some of you may have very clear answers to that. Some of you are still seeking and wondering what it is and who it is and what it looks like. But what I'd like us to do is think about how can we practice and really validate this idea of having faith, having trust, having something that we believe in shape our thoughts and our actions in the way that we want, and in a way that serves our purpose. Because if we go back to that one thing or that one person that disappointed us after we put faith in them, chances are it shaped our thoughts and our actions. But it probably happened from an emotional perspective, not from a perspective of our being in control of it. And so I want to give you just a few easy examples of how we have faith in things every day. I do it every time I get into my Honda and I put my key in the ignition. I have faith that the people who made my car put the things where they were supposed to be, so that as I go from point A to point B, I'm going to be safe. Now, I know that there are always things that happen and things that we don't realize and things we don't always understand, but for the most part, I put my faith every time I put that key in the ignition that the people who created that little Honda had the skills and the expertise that would then keep me safe. But that's a form of faith that I just take for granted unless I truly stop and think. I've got faith that this car, this structure, is going to keep me safe. At the same time, think about this. When you go to the coffee shop and you order that cup of coffee, that latte, whatever it is you do, and you hand that barista a few dollars, you have faith that they're going to accept that as a fair trade for the coffee or the drink they just gave you. That little green paper with those presidents' faces, you have faith, you have trust that they're going to accept it and say that it's enough for the coffee and the drink that they just gave you. And again, we take that for granted. We just go through life and we don't even think about it. And then I've got one more example for you. You show up to meditation on a regular basis. So many of you are so consistent. It's such a part of your life. But when you leave that cushion or that chair or that space, whether you're doing it with me or you're doing it on your own or you're doing it with someone else, you have faith by the minutes that you spend doing this, that it's going to change the minutes to follow. That the higher levels of consciousness that you seek here, the calming of the spirit, the clarity in the mind, you have faith that it's going to begin to transform your life. But how often do you think about that? Does it fall into the category of putting the key into the ignition and not even realizing the faith you've put in the hands of those people who made your car? Or the faith that this trading system of money for services, that it's going to just work. I would propose that we not let our meditation practice be something that we don't pay attention to the way those other little things are. See it for the tool that it truly is. I know that in these few minutes you show up for meditation again, whether it's with me or in other times or you on your own. You know you're investing in yourself. But do you trust this practice to truly inform your thoughts and your actions once you leave? Because if we could do that, that root energy that we so long to have stable as a force in our lives, it would thrive. We would take this meditation practice with us almost as if you are physically picking up that cushion or that thing you're sitting on and you're carrying it throughout your day. But metaphorically, what if we did? I don't know about you, but I don't want to just haphazardly think of this practice that I do on a regular, everyday basis and not let it inform all the other parts of my life. I don't want it to fall into the category of the blind faith of my car and my key and the blind faith of money that I trade for goods. I want to be intentional about it. I want it to inform every thought, every action that not only comes when I'm here, but maybe even more so when I leave. Shraddhi. I cannot think of a better way for us to utilize this concept of faith. This unwavering trust that the minutes I spend here will transform all the rest. So let's just sit for these next couple of minutes together, individually and collectively, and just notice what comes up in your mind, what thoughts come across your intellectual part of you, what thoughts come across the emotional part of you, and just pay attention and see if this could be a faith that you could take with you all the minutes of the day, not just for the few that you spend here. Continuing to breathe slow and deep and full and steady. And just find some awareness in these next couple of minutes. And as you continue to breathe, I want to take you back to a few words that I shared the last time we were together. This root energy, Muladhara, as it's called in Sanskrit, it sits energetically at the base of our spine, right around the area of your tailbone. And by knowing that, I will tell you it is no accident that as we learn to meditate, we're often encouraged to sit nice and tall and to root into our sit bones. And even for those of you that when you're lying down, I always ask you really lengthen through your spine, anchor where you are, so that that physical spot in your body during your meditation practice can begin to nourish and nurture Muladhara, this root energy of grounding, of stability, of safety, of security. So I would propose that our practice here in these minutes, once we rise up and we are no longer seated with that spot connected to the chair or the cushion or the earth or the bed or wherever you are, but that we take the same sensation with us. Every step we take once we close this time, every thought, every action. Have faith, have Shraddhi in the practice you've just experienced, and let that grounding, that rooting, that anchoring go with you. We start small. There's so much to learn, there's so much to understand, but it's only possible if we truly start to have trust and faith in this practice, allowing it to not only inform, but truly transform all the rest of our minutes of our day. It is an honor to walk this path with you. But remember, as we walk, it is one step at a time. Namaste.